So I bought some anti-collision lights for my drone, or drones, from Ray Allen Manufacturing. Got this thing in the mail just today. And turn this on in broad daylight like this, and I'm looking at it. I was very unimpressed until I did this. Alright, the camera here does not do it justice. These things are allegedly visible from 3 nautical miles. I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I've learned about anti-collision lighting for flying a DJI Inspire and other aerial equipment. So what I have here are 2 lume cubes that it's killing me here. That have the mounting brackets. And then I also have another elaboration, which I'll get into momentarily. So these lume cubes, basically you can set them up for continuous lighting, and they are extremely bright. So if you're asking about 3 nautical mile viewing ability, I think these will qualify for sure. So what I've done is I've set these things up in, and that's not even the brightest setting actually. These things are like crazy bright. It gets even brighter. And actually, when these things flash in your eyes, just be careful. It's pretty awful. Ugh. So that's its brightest setting right there. So as you can see, I've got about 500 watts of lights in here, and it's crazy bright. Now the other neat thing about these is that, so I have 2 of them obviously, one for each arm of the DJI Inspire, is these things can cue off of another flash here. So as you can see, when I turn it up toward my light overhead, flat, wow, just blinded myself basically. Alright, so now the only problem with using these as anti-collision lights for a drone is they need to flash, they need to strobe. These do not have an automatic periodic strobe function. But what they do have is they have a strobe function based on this optical sensor. So normally these things are used for photography, as a slave for photography-based flash illumination, right? So instead of a TTL, this thing has a sensor, so when it sees your other flash going off, it will open up and flash like this. And the reason it's doing that is because it's dark. When I point it up, there's a light right above me. It'll sense that and it'll trigger. Now, so what I have here is a rather new elaboration. So this is billed as a light that is visible at 3 nautical miles. Okay. Now, I was a little skeptical of this when I first pulled it out of the box and turned it on, because as you can see, it's not exactly overwhelming the camera. And then I made the mistake of looking straight into it, like that. So this probably is visible at 3 nautical miles, but it's not omnidirectional. And the FAA is pretty particular about this. It needs to be visible at 3 nautical miles omnidirectionally. But here's what you can use with this. you can use it to strobe the light cube. And that's not just crazy bright. You can probably not only see that from 3 nautical miles, you can probably see that from orbit. This is crazy bright and omnidirectional. Now, the only nitpicking point is that this is not technically aviation white, and this is not technically aviation red. But I think with this arrangement, you're better off than 99.9% of pilots out there flying simple twilight.